What's up, YouTube? So, normal sight in the garage. So today, it's raining. Just started raining when I got here. So, we're not going to be able to, there's USPS coming in. I wonder if they brought me my gaskets. If they did. But, let's see what's going on. Hold on, give me a second. All right, they went to a different driveway. I was just making sure. I got my dogs out here, and I've had them not deliver before. It said they had unleashed dogs, something like that. I don't know. Just they look how vicious this thing is. Anyway, I don't blame them. But so we're gonna do the wideband. I think I'm gonna try to do the wideband on the white car today on Night Train, and we might chase down the leak on the condenser or whatever on that, figure out what's going on with that. But this time to shave his hair off. But we're gonna start on this. I'm gonna raise the hood. I'm gonna start on it. I brought my, I got my connectors here. I'm gonna rewire a lot of these gauges. I'm also gonna get my other gauge that I had, the gauge pod for my AFR that I had not in shadow. See if what it looks like in Night Train and see if that's where Ashley might want it. If not, I don't know where we're gonna put it. Might just take the boost gauge out of it because we're not running a bunch of boosts anyway. We're just running regular boot or wastegate, whatever. We don't have a controller on it, so I don't really care to see what it's making. But anyway, let's get to it. Let's start doing wideband on this. All right, so right now we've got boost gauge, oil gauge, and we got a temp gauge over there that doesn't work. I don't know if it's the sensor's bad or what. I don't know who that was. So what we're gonna do is we gotta pull all this off to get in there to it anyway. So while I'm in there, right now the lights, let's see, that gauge only come on when the lights are on because I wired it in, because it stays illuminated all the time. So I wired it in to where it would come on when I turn the lights on. So right now, only way that gauge works is if I turn the lights on. Okay, well, that gauge is going bye-bye because we got to get another one in here. So I think what I'm gonna do for now, well, I'm gonna start cleaning this out. Ashley will be home before I get too far on this, so I'll find out what she wants to do. I'll find out if she wants to maybe do leave the boost gauge there and I got a little gauge pod I could put right there or somewhere, or I can find somewhere to put it. Anyway, I got a gauge pod I can put it in, but either way, I gotta tear this out because I'm gonna redo the wiring in behind it because it looks like crap. So stay with me, I'll show you. Don't make fun of me too bad, y'all, in the comments, but this is the mess. So I'm gonna clean all this up. I'm gonna clean all them, take all these wires out, and I'm just gonna rewire this thing. This one don't even have a bulb in it. It's right here, but I don't think or no, that's actually for the boost. I was filming down here, I'm sorry. That's actually for the boost gauge. I don't even actually have a light for my oil pressure gauge, which sucks, unless that's it. That might be it. I don't know. No, that's the one for my, yeah, that's for my boost gauge. So anyway, we're gonna figure something out. I'm gonna get me a light made up for this, or actually I just need a new one. I don't like this one. I'd rather have a and as you can see, that one's pinched there anyway, but I would rather have an electrical one, so I'm gonna probably put an electrical one in here. So I might take these gauges out altogether for now and just put the AFR and an oil gauge here, maybe a temp up there somewhere. She doesn't want to do a gauge pod. I have the one out of the black, it's not black, dummy. I got the one out of that car, that's Shadow. I got the one out of it, but she doesn't want to run a gauge pillar pod. So whatever, we'll figure something out as far as where we're gonna put it. I've seen some people buy some smaller ones and put in here, buy the smaller gauge, put in here. So we might do oil, AFR, and small temperature gauge. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. I'm gonna start cutting these wires out now and redo all this. All right, y'all, so I got most of all this out. So this was for my old wideband. This is my power and ground for my old wideband. And then that was a power wire, and it was run in to here to the cigarette lighter issue, the cigarette lighter thing. Stupid, y'all. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know. I think think I was half drunk when I done this crap before or something. I don't know. One out, one in, two out. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna strip this. I say strip. I'm gonna take some of this tape off and save as much of this red wire as I can. It looks pink, but it's actually supposed to be red. I'm gonna save as much of it as I can. See if I can run my power wire from this. So go from there. But let's get to it. Ooh, boy, look at this thing. AM gauge. Let's get the white face gauge. I might put the white face one on it. Just do. I might put the white face with the black bezel. What you think? White face, black bezel. I think that'll look good. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't really care for the silver bezel, even though those are silver. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do white gauge, silver bezel. Unless you don't like the wet gauge, because those are black. These used to be white. When I bought the car, somebody had a white gauge kit in it. I don't know. What do you think? I think I'm gonna leave it a black face, black bezel. All right. So start getting this in. This is my wiring. So you'll have your positive, negative, which is red and black. It's positive, negative. The other two are I'm not really sure. Data, I think. I have to look at the instructions, but I think one's for data and one's for something else. And then then you got your O2 sensors. So, but this is where you could. I'm assuming. Not 100% sure. I would have to look. I don't even remember. It might be the way to wire it in for if you were running a standalone type deal. So I don't know. Figure it out. But all I need is a positive and negative, because all we're doing is running a gauge. Because all we tune this thing with, I can't find it. There it is. So the only thing we tune this thing with is some old 90s, 80s, 90s technology. Hopefully that's going to change soon. But anyway, let's start getting these wires run and hook this thing up. Alright, y'all, so when I done this last time, I halfway done it. I got a piece of metal, piece of aluminum. I tried to do it that way, and it broke. So what I'm going to do is Dad has, so I don't know if y'all watched it, but the video of the golf cart that we done, I made a plate, or we made a front end out of plastic. So I'm going to get that plastic, we're going to get it, cut it out, and put it here. So I'm going to redo it. I'm going to go in, I'm going to cut these tabs off right there, so it gives me a little bit more room. So I'm going to go in and cut these tabs off. You can see they're kind of angled. So I'm going to cut those off, because we don't use those to hold it in anyway. It uses these clips. And then we're going to make a new piece of plastic, put in here, and then we're going to put our gauges in here. Now, I wish I had all the gauges I was going to use. I don't think I can get 2 in there is all I can get. So I think I'm going to kind of center them. We're not using this one, but I think I'm going to kind of center them, kind of like they were. Now I have my plastic welder too. Should I make me a piece of plastic that goes all the way flush right here? And these gauges aren't flush, but if I done a piece of plastic all the way flush, it would hide this indention here. See how you have an indention? Key started beeping. So, y'all ain't gonna have time to comment on this before, but you can leave a comment below what you think would look better, because I can always redo this. From the looks of it, I'm still gonna cut those off because I think it'll be easier to get the plastic in there. Let me show you the back of this thing right fast. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I hope this video ain't too long. See this here? This all connects, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna cut this off here, and I'm gonna cut this off here. See, I've already cut it some before. So I'm gonna cut the rest of the way, and then I'm gonna put me a tape line and I'm gonna cut it off there. And I'll probably have to figure out how to cut these braces out of it. And that way I can lay a piece of plastic flat up against that. You see what I'm saying? Two-sided tape or whatever I gotta do. I got 2 screws, one there and one there that I had. Might be able to figure out a way to put screws in it. But I think I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna cut these tabs off. Let's see how that works out. So it'll make this a little bit more flimsier, I think. That's not a real big deal. That goes around the radio, factory radio. Actually, that's not even a super radio. That come out of something else. It's got a 6-disc changer in it, I think. 6-disc? I don't remember. It's a changer though, I'm pretty sure. It might not be, it might just be a player. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it works. I don't use it anyway. We got a Bluetooth thing we use. But anyway, let's cut these off real fast. So, while the compressor's building up, we're gonna put our new 4.9 sensor in. It's got a sensor in it, but I think it's a 4.2. Let me check and see. Let me show you. All right, see the difference in the sensors? The one, this one is a 4.9, and this one is a 4.2. So the gauge I got is a 4.9 only. So my standalone on my car uses a 4.2. So if I do the same kind of standalone, I don't know if the system I want to put on here runs a 4.9 or a 4.2, but I might end up having to cut off or put another O2 bung in and run 2 O2s or something. I don't know what I'm going to do if it has to run a 4.2 and a 4.9, but I'm going to take this sensor out, get it in. Once I get this inside done, I'm going to start doing this soon. So I'm going to get it cleaned up because this is a car we take to like shows and crap, and I hate all this. This is get it back together, make sure everything's going to run, work out the bugs. Laziness is what it is. We're going to fix this though soon. Alright, so Ashley decided she wanted this thing right here, which will work out good because it'll be right where I can see the tack. So if I need to film, I can wear a GoPro on my head or put one on my shoulder or something, or on my chest right here. We can watch the gauge and stuff. So that's what she wants. And then I'm gonna start working on this. Let me show you what I did to that piece right fast. So I cut this the rest of the way out. I'm gonna take some ABS plastic and put on here. Screw it down. I'll probably run some glue across this bottom, and then we'll cut our holes out where we want to. So I cut all these. These had little pieces to hold up this, kind of keep that from flexing so much, but I ain't too worried about that. But so we cut that out. I'm gonna get our plastic cut, put on there, but we're gonna check out this truck first and see what we do since Dad come up here, so we can find this leak. So this thing, when Jason was pumping air in it, it was leaking on this side. And when you look, inlet and outlet are both on this side, so it's definitely the condenser, which is, I mean, it looks almost brand new, but it's yeah. But I think Dad said, didn't you say condenser was like $100 or something like that? So we're gonna see what he wants to do. I'm sure he's gonna want to put a condenser on it because, you know, the AC guy's got to have AC, right? Why are we fixing the AC guy stuff? Anyway, so we'll get a condenser for this thing and get it put on probably.
Yeah, what?
Well, hey, we'll put some E85 on it. All right, y'all. So this is that plastic Dad brought up. Rough cut it, fix everything up. We got it in there now. So now I just have to figure out where I'm gonna put the holes, cut the holes, and be good to go. So, all right, y'all. It's flickering, but we got the gauge in. It's on. I just got to put all this stuff back together. Let's show you what we did here. Good thing about not having a top end. So I've done that. I sprayed that. So I'm gonna cut that out and go from there. So let's get this thing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably drill like 4 holes or something, and then just use something to cut it out. So let's get this thing cut out. All right, y'all. What y'all think about the black plastic? Looks better, don't it? We're gonna order some different gauges here. This one needs to be changed because the back is actually the little hose in it's about to bust. So I need to change it because it's a mechanical gauge. This one, it messed up. It's a mechanical gauge, so the hose on it messed up. But we got the AFR hook up. Good. And then, so everything's working. So it's just gonna be testing and getting it where it needs to be. So, and getting some different gauges, and then we're gonna put a heat gauge over there. So there it is, and I've tightened this down. It's boot, so maybe it won't leak as much heat around here. I need to get the factory to make one boot that goes around here and goes on here and goes up to the shifter. I need to make one of those, but that's it. Well, there you go. We got the gauges in. Now we just need Ashley over here driving it. Get this thing tuned up. I'm so ready to get the piggyback system or whatever we're gonna do to get rid of this mass air crap. Be done with it, because I think the mass air just went bad on this one. But it is what it is. We got a couple of them. We'll get it replaced, get some testing done. We'll get y'all some driving videos in this thing. But appreciate y'all watching. See you next time.